welcome back, man. This is not a DBPOTD, but it is an update, so I'm gonna put the intro. Look, this is what we're gonna be doing today. It's real simple. I'm gonna go over this. I got another piece of paper for you. Yep. By the time y'all see this, it's gonna be Monday. You won't see, I'm recording it Sunday. You're gonna see another upload that was from another day on Monday as well, right? New style of video, you feel me? We gonna make sure that we keep educating. That's my purpose, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that I keep teaching y'all in the best way possible. With that being said though, while we teach, we also like to make sure that we, throw a little bread in between, make a little money. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with making a little money while you learn, So that's what we like to try to do. So I got this call out list. I'm gonna take a picture of it, right? But I'm gonna show you right here. So you know what I'm saying? You see that? I'm gonna show you right there. But I'm gonna probably take a picture of it and put it in front of you. But I'm gonna go through it with you because I'm gonna make sure that you understand what I'm trying to deliver here, right? So look, if you don't know, I call out plays maybe not every day, keeping it a buck, maybe not every day, but it is called DBPOTD, which means DB's pick of the day, right? So I like to call out companies very often. I'll put it like that, as often as I can, to give some money to the community, just to show y'all that it's out here. It's no point in gatekeeping. It's no point in hiding and acting like, oh, you got to do this and do that to find this and find that. It's really not that hard, is what I always try to make sure that I deliver to my people. So with that being said, hold on, let me get a little drink of water while I'm chopping it with you. While I'm saying that, it's good to be educated in what you're doing. So I'm gonna start coming to y'all with more deeper stuff, and that's why you got to get locked in with the YouTube, because see, yes, I give the episodes faster here on TikTok. However, y'all gonna realize that you really need to tap in with the YouTube. Just simple as that. I give way more education over there, and this is just because the reason why I made sure that I wanted to put these on TikTok, being transparent, is because I want y'all to make some money too. What's wrong with that? You feel me? I already did it for the YouTube, and I always want to do it for the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because why not? You feel me? So anyway, we've had, I think I'm on episode 28 after I finished editing the one that I was just telling y'all about. This one is not a DBPOTD, but I am going to use it as one, just keeping it a buck, you know what I'm saying, so that y'all understand, but it's an update. So, just keep up with that. And I'm keeping up with that for y'all too, so don't worry about it. However, we done made it through 21 call outs of the month of June. Now we getting into the sauce, right? Because I know you probably like, all right, bro, talk to me. Look, we done made 21 call outs, right, in the month of June alone. You already see it above your screen anyway. However, we done brought in over 1,000% returns just in the month of June. I want you to look at this piece of paper, screenshot it if you need to. You feel me? If you wonder what's going on, screenshot it and go lock in on some markets and go look this up and see if this is true. You feel me? Go see if this is true yourself. I gave you more than enough time to actually screenshot it. I'm pretty sure that's actually gonna be good for y'all. Feel me? So look, I'm gonna go through the list and I'm gonna explain it. So the first call out that we gave was APLD. We called it out at 988. That's around like where the screenshot that I showed you, right? Now the call outs in my phone, right, might be a little bit different. You feel me? However, what I'm saying is, because what do I mean? because some of these have pre-prices and some of these have standard prices, which means basically the closing price for that day. That's what I describe as a standard price in that regard. So some of these are where we screenshotted it at and where I showed you, and then some of these are pre-prices. And the ones that are pre-prices, I don't know if I wrote down. No, I didn't describe which ones had pre-prices, but it really didn't matter at the end of the day. So let's get back into it. I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there, because this stuff is it can be a little tricky when you're trying to understand prices and how things closed out and opened up when you don't, if you're not familiar with candlesticks. If you're already familiar with candlesticks, then this is easy peasy. Go back in the markets and look and see, okay, yeah, he ain't lying to me, you feel me? So look, APLD, we called it out at 988. It went up to 1540 at its highest point, right? That was from June 3rd to June 6th. So that was a 55% gain. Now, normally, just another note, right? Normally, you would write this as 155%, but the reason why I took the 1 off is because I also want y'all to be able to see just the real simple percentage. Because the reason why, again, why it would be 155% is because you did not lose any money. So 100% of your capital is still there. You just added on 55%. So that's why it would originally be 155%, but you're just taking that 1 off to describe it as 55. And then when you see where I have 223, I kept it like that so that you can always remember that it's double. You feel me? Where you might see another one, the other one 235. You feel me? It's another one 300, right? And I'm gonna go over them, but you feel me? These, I want y'all to remember, like, okay, the reason why he didn't put that number in front of these first ones is just so I can see the bare percentage. Because sometimes people might get confused and be like, well, what does that 1 mean? You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to just be simple. You feel me? So BMEA was our second one. 249 went up to 304. That was June 4th to the 17th. That's a 22% gain. BURU, it was at 43 cents so far. It's went up to like a little 46 cents, not much. I did see that it sort of touched around 50 cents, but you know, that ain't really nothing to, you know, right now. What I wrote down was from June 5th to June 6th, 7%. Feel me? Something like Human Finance, that was number 4, right? We got that at 5 cents and a fraction. That's just how I'm going to describe it. And then you see it went up a little bit in that fraction zone, right? So that was from June 6th to June 7th, 7%. Raven Coin, same thing, 1 cent, but it has that fraction, right? That's just how I'm going to describe it to keep it simple for y'all. It has that fractionable number, right? So boom, you go down and you see that had went up to 2 cents, and it's got this, you know, it's got some extra numbers back there for you. June 9th to June 10th, that's 38%. Feel me? Keter, that was at 145 and 75, right? That's ongoing, right? That means that if you just so happen to be one of the ones that caught that would still be going. You feel me? That's going on right now. It's okay. There's no problem in that. As you should already be able to tell, there's no issue in that. KLTO, 263 to 388. That was the same day thing. June 10th on the 10th, 47%. CARM, we got 72 cents. Ongoing, June 11th. You feel me? Meverse, y'all remember that? That was a crypto call out. That was at a fraction. And that first number that we see is at 9. Then you see that it went up to 2 cents. Y'all remember that? June 12th to June 12th, 223%. You could have doubled your money in a little bit more, right? To its highest point. Excuse me, I got a burp. IPA, 67 cents to $2.01. June 13th to July 9th. That's 300% even. Then y'all remember episode 11, right? Hope you're keeping up. Episode 11. RBNE and TMD, that was a double call out that day. You feel me? RBNE, that was at 14. I remember that was a pre-price. You feel me? 14, and it went up to 14.46. There was a low that day, so I don't, you know what I'm saying? You can go back and look and see how things played out throughout that market. You feel me? I personally did not look. You feel me? I just kept it simple and looked at the daytime frame just so that I can, see things and it's simple. I'm personally not gonna show screenshots if I'm being honest. I feel like that's ODing. You feel me? Y'all gonna be, because then y'all gonna be seeing so many different charts and y'all might not really be knowing what y'all looking at. Even though I always show y'all charts normally, I don't know. I might actually take the screenshots for y'all. I might be lying to myself. I might actually take the screenshots for y'all. However, I just started thinking, right? TMD 393, that's ongoing, right? So RBNE, you would have made 3% so far. The other one ongoing. That was episode 11. So let's keep going. 12 SRM. Y'all should remember this one. 867, 1277, June 18th, June 20th, 47%, right? Boom. Verve, VERV, 1117 to 1133, not too much there. June 20th to July 2nd so far, only 1%. You know what I'm saying? Something like, you know what I'm saying? You got to also remember, one thing I want to describe real quick, you also have to remember that if you're catching a trend in these prices, you'll notice that I keep them at a certain range, right? And this is because, again, I teach ownership. You want to own more shares of that company. That gives you way more leverage than you would ever believe when you are into the market. So you want to own more. You don't want to have less. You get what I'm saying? It's just, to me, it's kind of simple if you just look at it in that way, right? I'm gonna get another drink of water, you feel me? Because I'm a little thirsty, but I don't want my phone to overheat either. I did just charge this motherfucker though. The sun be out. I gotta understand this should be leaning. I'm in some shade though, so we should be good. Anyway, ongoing. RYDE, ride, 45 cent, 48 cent. That ain't really nothing too much. June 20th to July 8th, 7%. Threshold, we got it at 1 cent and a fraction. You see it went up a little bit in that fraction. June 21st to June 25th, 8%. You feel me? 8%. And some of y'all might be wondering like why I'm saying like a fraction. I know it's a decimal. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Just understand why I'm saying that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look into it, man. You can say it both ways though. It's not a problem whichever way you say it though. But that's just the way that I choose to say it. Just so that, you know, we're all still following each other. Because I know somebody might be like, bro, you keep saying a fraction. I don't see no fractions, but I know it's decimals. Then we got Fun Token. Boom. That was at 0 cent. Zero. Went up to 1. All right. That's beautiful. Beautiful. That was a 235% gain. You feel me? June 22nd to July 11th. Then we got Gain Network. That was episode number 17. We got 187 to 232. June 23rd to June 25th. 24%. Number 18 was an update video, so that's why I told y'all I'm gonna keep up with it for y'all. You feel me? I ain't just gonna let y'all have to, you know, do it yourself and be like, dang, what was this? What was that? Nah, I'm gonna still try to make sure that I let y'all know, because you know, even as you catch up, because some people gonna be playing catch up. I ain't gonna lie. As you catch up, you gonna realize, okay, there was a trend in you know what I'm saying, and why we broke the videos down even the way that we did. These coins and these stocks were just add-ons to what the education was already, you know, supposed to bring. Feel me? So boom, SRFM, $4.33 to $9.89. That was episode 19. That was June 25th to July 11th, 228%. We got TIGR, $9.69 to $10.97. You feel me? June 27th to July 10th, 13%. And then we got Super Rare. That's ongoing. So again, what we tracked total for June, 1,265%. Guaranteed over 1,000%. You feel me? If you was closing these out at good high points, you feel me? Even if you wasn't, you still would have caught over a good 500 to 800%. I mean, you know, I also want to start breaking it down a little bit for y'all, because I know sometimes I talk higher numbers, so look at it from a simpler standpoint. Take each of these numbers, right, that you see on these percentages, and just take $10 and multiply $10 by each of these percentages, and then add up how much you would have made if you would have just put $10 into each of these companies, and then break it down and add zeros on the end. So then see what you would have made if you would have put 100 into each of these companies. Then see what you would have made if you would have just put 1,000 into each of these companies. Then see what you would have made if you would have made 10,000, and ongoing. You feel me? Just see what you would have made with these base numbers. Just add the zero and see what you would have, what you could have created. Just putting $10 into each of these 21 companies could have made you a return. Do you see that? You feel me? You don't have to always start so big. That's why I always urge you on that. Sometimes we do look at the bigger picture and we're like, oh, we trying to get rich. But look, I understand that, but just chill. Just chill. I promise you it's gonna happen. All these things, they create wealth. And what we're trying to do over here at Real Rack Market, all of us, we're going to create wealth for our people. We ain't gonna just sit here and get rich. We're going to create wealth. We're going to learn how to sustain our money. So we're going to find different ways to invest, different things to invest in, and capitalize when it's moments to capitalize, because that's how you make money. You know what I'm saying? That's how you make your money work for you instead of you working for your money. We are taught to work for our money when your money should be working for you. And every person that gets real money knows that principle. You understand? You have to let your money work for you. Especially when you have spending going on, like when you know that you're gonna still be spending, like if you ain't gonna stop spending money, then you definitely gonna have some way to make sure that you keeping things flowing more than just one. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always like to tell you, it's okay if you work in a job and you like, man, I ain't got time for that. Yes, you do. I guarantee you do. You feel me? Really, you could put in an order for one of these stocks or one of these cryptos. You could make it happen. I can show you how to make it happen. You could do it just like that and go to sleep. Go to sleep. You see that these have day periods. These ain't just necessarily got to be in the same day like you day trading for real. You got to watch the screen and watch the stocks. I'm giving you stuff that's fluent, stuff that you can wait a little second if you need to, so that you ain't got to be watching your screen all daggone day. I know people don't really want to do that. I'm cool with doing that because I like my markets. You feel me? I like what I do. This is this is fun. You feel me? When you really dive into it, you realize this is fun, because you realize there's so many ways to make money, and and understand, this is one way that I'm teaching you how to make money in the markets. You feel me? We don't even on DBPOTD, we don't even talk about too much on companies that pay dividends. You feel me? Did I give y'all some sauce on something like that? I think I told y'all about a Bitcoin ETF. If I didn't, I'm telling you about it now. It's a Bitcoin ETF. I need to go ahead and find the name. I'm gonna put y'all on that, man. If I forget, you need to remind me, because I ain't gonna lie, I don't be thinking about putting that in no DBPOTD episodes. You feel me? Just keeping it a buck. I don't be thinking about putting that in these, because you feel me? I'm already giving you what you need to create the avenue to go ahead and see if you really want to learn about all that, and then we can talk about all that. You feel me? But you gotta, and understand. That's why I also tell you, go lock in on the YouTube. If you're not listening to what I was saying before, then you ain't gonna catch on. Go lock in on the YouTube, man. Cause I'm telling you, the information that I just basically said that I don't give over here, I give over there on the YouTube. That's why I teach y'all in specific about certain stocks. I told y'all I'm gonna get better with them education episodes. Don't worry. Them education episodes, they gonna get way better. But as far as what we already talk about, I better go lock in. We talking about real world stuff. It ain't just about the markets, and these things will affect the markets. What we talk about, they will affect everything, your everyday living. Feel me? So it's up to you whether you tap in, but I am putting you on this money though. Understand that I'm putting you on this money. It is what it is if you don't listen. I'm gonna show you again. You feel me? If you didn't screenshot it, because I genuinely want you to look into this. This ain't nothing funny. I'm telling you to look into this yourself. You feel me? Because I know there's people out here telling y'all that you can't do this in the market, that the markets are dry, and this, that, and the third, and whatever the case may be. You got people that's telling you false that's not really true. You know what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that, bro. It's false news. And we find this y'all see this, I find this every day. And these are just the ones that I give y'all. These are not every pick that's on my list. That's why I tell you, when you lock in with me, you get portfolios. You good. What are you talking about? You get the portfolio. Yeah, I just gave you a gem. You get the portfolio, you good. You straight. You can make money. And even if you don't make money, you can watch the money be made. If you ain't ready to make the money, you can pass the money along to somebody else and help them make some money. I'm trying to tell you, we'll pay for everything else. You know what I'm saying? In life, we got to start paying for our education in a different way, not the way that they teach us to. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking nothing on nothing. You feel me? But I'm just putting you on. You feel me? If you not teaching yourself further advancement stuff, because you got to understand why I teach all this stuff too. This is gonna be a way of life for many that they not gonna be comfortable with, but you're gonna have to get used to. And again, I say that for all my my crypto lovers. Y'all love crypto until y'all realize, however long it take, whatever, occurrences need to happen first before it happens, whether that's 10, 20, 30, 40 years, right? That don't get implemented the way that it's, the way that it can. All the AI and all that stuff. Y'all don't realize what y'all asking for until y'all see it. I don't think y'all gonna really like it the way y'all think y'all gonna like it, but it is what it is. You feel me? Because that's gonna be the way of life. And you're gonna have to learn how to trade, buddy. You're gonna have to learn how to swap. You're gonna have to learn how to go on these decentralized exchanges and put your money into something to make you some money. Because I'm telling you, when them robots start taking y'all jobs, y'all see these robots at these daggone restaurants and whatnot, taking your order. I don't care how small you think it is. These are trials, nigga. These are trials. You better wake up. Better wake up, bro. I ain't lying to you, bro. But point of the matter is, because I'm finna go, because you know what I'm saying, I don't need this to be OD long, and it already is long enough. But y'all know how I need to talk to y'all, man. I can't just give y'all, something too short, too sweet, because then it's like, man, you ain't giving me enough, and I need to give you what I need to give you. You feel me? Because what good is it gonna do for me if I just, you know what I'm saying, if I go away with all this shit? What is it gonna do for me? You know what I'm saying? I want to do my absolute best to teach everything that I know. You feel me? Some things come at a cost though, lock in. And when you really think about it, look, this is free. Let me break this down. This is free, right? You lock in right here and you see the prices, because I know some people be scared of prices. They be like, ooh, boy, ooh. But look, you see the prices, bro, and then you do the math. Like I just told you, do the math. $10, telling you anything you bought from me, you would have. Do the math. You feel me? I'm trying to tell you. It's real simple, anyway though, I ain't gonna talk y'all head off. The vibes I told you, talk to God. If I didn't tell you, talk to God. Don't never forget that. Pray right now. Pray. Take 30 seconds to pray. You feel me? You can turn the video off if you need to. Make sure you talk to him. Don't waste no time. You feel me? You need to get in touch with him today. You feel me? It's good for you. It's good for your spirit. It's good for your soul. It's good for your life. It's good for the people around you. It's good for your health. It's good for your wealth. It's good for everything that you trusted him for. It don't matter what it is. Feel me? I don't care. If you just need a sandwich today, he got you. You feel me? You feel me? If you just need a sandwich, he got you. For real. We out.